after like a few weeks or so, it began to be a bit depressing, because I couldn't get to see my friends, I couldn't get to see my family.
I was like, oh yeah, like I don't have to go to school and stuff because I really hated school. But then like further into it, like it got really, really bad for like my mental health and stuff.
It felt weird being at home so much. Like,
I'd say I just kind of slept through it. Like, my mental health went really downhill. I just snap at anyone at any moment. I didn't know how to control it.
Playing my games on my PlayStation helped me like put out all my anger into my games and all that.
I think I was just afraid of how the world had changed in general.
Risk and danger has come into our own homes in a way that I certainly hadn't experienced that before. I think that the impact on young people's ways of seeing the world, ways of managing difficulty, relationships with their parents, relationships with themselves and their self-images have been hugely, hugely impacted. And we won't see, I know lots of people say this, but we certainly won't even see the scale of it for many, many years, actually.
I'm seeing the effects of the past 2 years seem to be, now displaying as there's more young people self-harming, there's more OCD, there's more death anxiety.
Without being able to learn off teachers, we haven't been able to get all the knowledge we could get. So say if our grades slipped down a bit through lockdown, that could affect getting a job and stuff like that.
I like learning, I want to do good in life, so I kind of just wanted to be there, even though sometimes I say I hate school, but yeah, I think I've missed out on a lot.
I missed a lot of vital learning that I was supposed to learn during year 9 and then a little bit of year 10. If lockdown wasn't there, then I probably would have experienced more as well.
My concern is that we will see young people who feel somehow that they've failed because their year got the bad GCSE results and their year got the bad A-level results, and they start to see themselves as damaged, disturbed people, and that carries through into their lives.
For those young people that are already struggling, I don't think it's going to be, a quick fix. I think the effects of it are going to be lasting, unfortunately.
I think what children need is their communities to function really well. Families and between teachers and pupils in communities, what clearly your organisation is most focused on, it's that is going to build up children's resilience rather than sort of that they're definitely in year 5 level maths or something.
Lifeline helps just by keeping in contact, and we also done a bit of skating sessions, and I felt like that was good for me because it was a way for me to spend time, and at least I was out of the house and I was actually doing something active.
Some of the connections I've made about Lifeline, I would have never made them, and some of the courses and qualifications I've gained about Lifeline, I would never have made them. Someone from my school put me on the Lifeline. Those weekly phone calls were just basically something to look forward to. For me, when you're talking to a loved one, it's all to talk about how you feel, because you don't want them to know that you feel like that, but then or that they turn back and feel like they're not doing enough. But speaking to that one person was probably the best thing in the world.
It's very different, isn't it? It gives a very, very different perspective on the world and on yourself and on mortality. I think 10-year-olds, for example, are a terrible age because really they're very engaged now in the world, but they're not old enough to feel okay about it. And I think teenagers also, it's not ideal, is it? Because then they just feel very unsafe, and it's hard to take comfort from your parents because you're also busy telling your parents that they're wrong about everything. So
during the lockdown, I kind of became a bit more calm and relaxed generally.
It kind of gave me a lot of time to self-reflect on myself and see how I could change.
That improved myself in ways that I thought weren't possible.